Alright, so let's jump straight into this. I'm going to show a few of the plugins that came out with 2.4. And let's start with the enhancer. So enhancer has a high and a low gain. So it kind of works as an EQ where you can boost high frequencies or low frequencies. You can also choose between which frequency you want to boost. On the low side, it goes up to 640 hertz, and then you can boost the high frequencies that range from 1000 all the way up to 10Ks. If the low gain is down, nothing is happening. I'm using this sample right here. Okay, and if you can move the low frequencies, nothing's going to happen until you boost the low frequencies or the high frequencies right there. So once you boost the signal, you can move the frequencies here on the side. Kind of like an EQ, but you don't cut frequencies. You can only boost or enhance the frequencies of the sample. You also have this bottom end right here where you can work with the harmonics of the sample as well. So here this part of the harmonics will allow you to create some more harmonic content. This works on the top end of the sample, so on the high frequencies, not on the low frequencies. So you can boost them up. Giving some more color to the sample or to the music. You can put this on a whole entire sequence if you want. It's really up to you. So then you have a phase as well where you can change the harmonic content accordingly to the frequencies that are on the dry signal as well. You're just changing the phase of the sample. So this is the enhancer. It boosts up high or low frequencies of the sample that you're working with. Let's go to the ensemble. So this affects the sound in a way that it creates some modulation to the sound, so some shimmering effects added to the sample that you're working with. So you have a rate, which makes the modulation go faster or slower. So this allows you to adjust the amount of modulation that you want for the effect. You also have a delay time right there. So the shimmer will randomize the delay time over the effect that you are creating. You also have a width that you can control, bringing that effect more towards the center or to the sides. We also have the mix right there. That's the wet signal if you want to hear just the effect, or if you want to mix it with the dry signal. And that's the ensemble. Yep, let's go to the filter gate. Now this is quite fun to use. This filter gate right here is a more creative plugin to use, where you can put any signal into this and it will create rhythm patterns to the sample that you have. And it does that by using a gate signal, and then it has some patterns that it comes with it as well. So let's look at that. So patterns, it comes with several patterns, several rhythmic patterns that you can use to create those staccato sounds like that this plugin can create. And we can go through some of these presets. Okay, so this one has a straight. You can see that we have several patterns right here that we can choose from. You have a rate as well. You can go faster with the patterns that we have. It can go faster or slower depending on the rate that's actually quantized to the BPM. We have a swing feature as well. Pretty cool. Then we have a mix. Again, the wet signal or the dry signal is up to you what to choose, how you want your mix to be there. Then we jump to the filter section. We have a mode right there. So we have high pass, we have a phaser, band pass, and the low pass. We have a cut to go with it. You can adjust your resonance there. So different type of filters, a cutoff point and a resonance. So this attack will act on each step of the pattern, not just the beginning of the sample. Here we can barely hear the steps. Right. So the hold is, it's like a sustain. More staccato like sound when you have it all the way down. And then you have the release, and this goes for each step of the pattern. So the cutoff is fixed to each duration of each step, okay, of the pattern. So the cutoff will act again and again through each step of that pattern. The LFO modulation here, each time it cycles, you'll hear it's for the number of steps that you put in here. So one cycle in this case will be 2 steps of the pattern. 4 steps of the pattern will be 1 cycle. So it's 1 cycle for the amount of steps that you put in here. Then the amount here of the envelope that will affect the cutoff. And then you have the LFO that will affect the cutoff again. And that's the filter gate. So it's a rhythmic filter that you can create patterns with. So let's go quickly here to the kill EQ. This is an EQ. The thing about it is that it has just on and off switch where you can kill certain frequencies of the sample or the entire beat. You can put this at the end of on your output. So this is popular for DJs, and the whole thing is that you can just have an on and off switch for the mids, the highs, and the lows. You can choose where to place that cut on the frequency that you want, and you also have a gain that you can boost the frequencies or decrease the frequencies. That's a great tool for DJs that are using the MPC for live performance. You can now kill certain frequencies just by tapping on that button right there. Okay, let's jump to the next plugin. Let's go here to the Lofi. So Lofi here will just decrease the quality of your audio. It will act just like a bit crush, a distortion. It will downsample your samples to a lower bit depth, sample rate. Obviously, you have the mix that you can mix just the amount that you want. You have some distortion here, anti-alias as well here on the side. So fairly simple. It will just decrease the sample rate. Literally just mangle your sound and destroy your sound completely if that's what you want. Here on the distortion section, so the clip here will add some distortion. Again, some more distortion there as well. acts as a wave shaper, adding some harsh distortion. It really is up to you. It's kind of like a preference how you want your distortion to sound here in the Lo-Fi plugin. Not so good for the sample I'm using, but if you have a guitar you want to add some distortion, Lo-Fi is a pretty good one. I see myself using this maybe for snares as well, to give it some more crunch on the snares, and with a compression on top as well. So here on the side where you have the anti-alias, where you can avoid aliasing of the sound. You can turn it on or off if you want a more gritty sound. At the end of the day, it's just a distortion plugin where you can distort your sample. Not much to it. Okay, let's go to the Talkbox. I like this one really because it has a formant right there. So this is a lot of fun. I use this with basses. Well, I see myself using this with basses. So this adds a little bit of voice there in the background. It's really, really cool. So you have some have an LFO here with different sine waves. Yeah, you have your LFO right here with a rate, synchronize it to the beat if you want. You have the depth right there for the amount of LFO you want to add to the signal. You have an envelope here on the side as well, and that's it, man. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm not going to go through all these plugins. I just wanted to touch on a few of them. Apart from that, all the other ones are pretty much basic ones: filters, distortion, delays, phasers. That's it. So I just wanted to touch on these new ones, talk a bit about them. If you guys have any comments on them, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer those questions. So that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Okay, peace.